What's going on, everyone? Today we are talking about Polkadot. Why? Because it is making some very big waves in the crypto space as it jumps into the real world assets ecosystem. What does that mean? Well, we'll talk about it in this video, but all of you dot holders, get ready because a lot of bullish price action should be coming your way over the next little bit. We're the investing bros. All right. Here we go. Let's get into this Polkadot, guys. I have been very big on Polkadot here more recently, and an article came out probably sometime last night, but I'm looking through it this morning that definitely caught my attention, and I think it would catch your attention too, especially if you own Polkadot already. But even if you don't, you might want to look into scooping some more up. Why is that? Polkadot rises as the most promising blockchain to usher in $10 trillion real world asset tokenization adoption. A lot of this article is built off of a tweet from Michael Van de Poppe. And you guys know on this channel, I'm a fan of Michael Van de Poppe. So I don't agree with everything he ever says, but I think a lot of what he says is worth a lot. And I want to go through his tweet here, kind of break down what is happening. First of all, of course, like we said, stepping into the real world asset segment as a market leader. That's always a good sign because I do think that real world assets are going to be probably the biggest thing in crypto over this next year, but realistically, probably over the next 5 to 10 years as well. Michael Van de Poppe goes on and says, I've discussed before that DOT is heavily undervalued and are currently implementing real world assets within the ecosystem. I agree with that statement 100%. Very undervalued. And the fact that it's getting into this is even more evidence that it's undervalued. Polkadot has also released the Jam white paper, which is technically Polkadot 2.0. We have a video about that actually on the channel. Go check that out if you want to know more. But first and foremost, Polkadot has been building significantly within the ecosystem, as the SDK toolkit is one of the most used concepts within the crypto ecosystem. Through the SDK, developers are able to build their own projects without having the need to invest a lot into developers for providing suitable blockchain. It's already there. In order for that to be executed well, it will require some time to be implemented. In the meantime, Polkadot has been providing some of the most interesting real-world integrations, as the SDK has been used for those. Real-world assets is the gateway, or RWA is the gateway for mass adoption for the blockchain industry, as it is linking both the real world and digital world through blockchains. It is a massive market, which has a total market capitalization that might reach $10 trillion by 2030. Right now, it's just barely starting up and provides a lot of opportunities and projects that essentially have launched their projects within this segment. Now, I'll tell you right now, $10 trillion by 2030, that's a lot. It still actually might be a low estimate. I think there's still an outside chance we see much higher than $10 trillion in real world assets by 2030. And of course, these are going to benefit coins like Chainlink and AVAX and Ondo and VeChain and several others. But now we're looking at potentially, Van de Poppe lays the thought down, is Polkadot potentially able, allowing these other coins to build on it. Is Polkadot maybe going to be one of the biggest gainers? That could be very interesting. He goes on to list a couple of interesting projects to keep your eye on that are building right now. Energy Web is one of them. Excaviat, I don't know how this one's pronounced. Cavat, I don't know, whatever that one is. And then Fiken Network. So a lot of reasons to be bullish right now on Polkadot. Again, splashing into that real world assets ecosystem. Do not undervalue how good of a move that is for Polkadot. As Michael Van de Poppe says, a lot of people sleep on DOT. A lot of people almost act like it doesn't even exist. But I've said in other videos, whatever your thoughts are about people individually, when you have a great mind leading a company, you want to definitely be paying attention to what they're doing. I do believe that Gavin Wood is one of the smartest minds in the world when it comes to blockchain technology. He is the one making all of the updates and making decisions for what Polkadot does moving forward. And that's the reason why I am bullish on Polkadot. Now, I need to be bullish on Polkadot if I want my bags to go up as well, because right now I'm going to talk about on the charts. Polkadot is needing the bulls to come back very, very strong. Before I even turn on any of my other indicators like Lux Algo, I'll talk more about them here in a second. More recently, we were in a symmetrical triangle pattern, and I told everybody here a couple of weeks ago, I did think that we'd move to the upside. And of course, we ended up breaking through resistance. But I said, when I made this call, I said, hey, what we'll need to see is an exceeding amount of volume or an uptick in volume on the breakout, confirming that the bulls are really in charge of this move. And if we don't get the high volume, we'll need to retest that resistance as support and get high volume in it there, kind of saying, all right, now the bulls are defending this resistance. Well, guess what? As you guys can see down here, look at the volume. We never got any of that exceeded volume. I mean, the bulls never really got their footing and claimed control. And of course, here over the last couple of days, everything in crypto had a big dip, and we saw over $150 billion leave crypto. Polkadot's price would go on to fall all the way to 601. Now, currently, we're hovering at 649, but this is what happens when the bulls don't take full control. Can they do it in the future? I think they can, but they got their work cut out for them, because as I start to turn on the Lux Algo indicators here, you do see this pink line here. This is a bearish breaker block, meaning at one point there was a heavy amount of liquidity that should have been used as support. And technically we're right in that range, so I'm not ready to freak out just yet. But I do think that this is a significant level. The bulls need to get back above and cancel out this breaker block. We're talking about getting back up closer to $7 if they want to see that come, if they want to see the price actually move back to the upside. You'll see here Lux Algo recently on the big dip did print a sell order on the daily chart. And with nothing but this order block right below us, the next step, if Polkadot cannot mount up a bullish push, would be falling probably all the way down below $6 back to $5.46. Haven't seen that price action since December. So again, am I predicting we drop that low? Not necessarily, but it is something that I'm keeping my eyes on. When I look at the 4-hour chart, you guys can see here we still have some take profits on a sell order below us, coming in around 617, and again finding some confluence down here south of $6, about 570 or so. We could still see price drop this far. And even all this, there's a lot of resistance sitting above us. I talked about in the daily chart, big breaker block right here, order block in play. We also have our smart trail, our bearish smart trail resistance sitting up above us, closer to $8. 4 hours kind of sitting in the same boat. We have a bearish breaker block above us. We have a smart trail coming in. $7, conquering above $7 is going to be what the bulls need to do to regain their confidence moving forward. Now, I am feeling good about their ability to do that, because when I look at the oscillators, you will see on the 4-hour chart, we've been making a little bit of a move here. Stochastics is moving up. The RSI, after being massively overextended, is moving up. We just saw a bullish cross on the MACD. And despite the fact that we just here a couple of hours ago got a bearish dot, we are seeing reversals, bullish momentum, and bullish money flow be in play. These are historically great buy signals for the coin. Same thing when I move over to the daily chart. You're seeing everything extremely low. Stochastics looks ready to go. RSI is extremely low. While the MACD is still going south, all we need to see is some positivity there, and the ball will get rolling. And over here, we did get a buy signal the other day. We're stagnant right now, but I still think that Polkadot has some room to the upside. Should it decide it wants to go, we have some power to say reversal should be in play. Just got to reconquer again. $7, I would say, is my mark that we absolutely need to keep an eye on. Before I let you go, though, another reason to be positive, we wiped out a lot of liquidity down here. If you're looking at these bright yellow spots back in the past, these were areas where longs got liquidated, and sure enough, all of those got wiped out. While there's a little bit still sitting down towards 629, 628, keep an eye on that level. The massive level of liquidity right now, a lot of shorts have been built up to be exited if we were to get as high as $7.34. This could be massive for Polkadot in the bullish route if we could reconquer that yellow line. So keep an eye on DOT over the next little bit. Again, a lot of reasons to be bullish from a fundamental standpoint on Polkadot. Can we do it on the charts? I'll keep you posted here on Investing Bros. With that said, make sure you guys smash the like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and I'll see you in the next